of technology. Now, if it eventually comes into the country, so that some people will not start telling you, this one is finally the Antichrist. There are things, there's knowledge that God is giving, knowledge is increasing, things are being improved, and over time, we realize that more things are coming into place. So, our introduction, technology has existed since the Bible days, and it expanded opportunities for humans. One of the latest that we're now dealing with is artificial intelligence. Now, let me also quickly say that artificial intelligence is not a recent invention. Artificial intelligence has been around for a while. It's only that at the time when it came in, it was being used more on an industrial scale, more for commercial purposes. It was banks, multinationals, corporations, and all of that were using artificial intelligence. But the difference now, and the reason it has become a buzzword, is that it's now what we call open source. It's now available to everybody as individual users. That's why it's now more famous. And let me give you proofs that artificial intelligence is nothing new and that is not recent. How many of you use Google Maps? Please, let me see a show of hands. How long have you had Google Maps? Well over 5 years, right? It's Google Map. What do you think Google Map is? Google Map is artificial intelligence. We used to have physical maps, isn't it? But now we no longer use physical maps. But somehow, from satellite, pictures of your neighborhoods, pictures of your streets, pictures of your environment, the exact longitude and latitude, the distance, and everything has been stored in a server somewhere. But somebody on his phone says, I'm going from Olowora, or I'm going from Ololade Salami to somewhere in Magodo, to somewhere in Lekki, and it tells me exactly how much time it would take me to get there from where I am to the destination. It tells me what the traffic is going to look like. It tells me the routes I'm going to take. If I miss my road, it gives me alternatives. What do you think is at work? It's actually artificial intelligence. And why is it called artificial intelligence? Which is where we need to now give a clearer understanding, because we're still going to ask questions anyway. So there are different views. Some people think, oh, it's bad. Some people think it's evil. And the major thing we need to clarify today is that artificial intelligence is in itself, it's not bad. It's the usage that is an issue. So quickly, maybe let me ask one or two people. What is artificial intelligence? Anyone? Quickly. My time is running very fast. Who wants to try? Okay, nobody wants to try. Is it that you're not sure? I'm sure you know it. So let me explain it this way. Now, when you think of, look at all this room. How many people have a smartphone in this room? Please put it up. You have a smartphone. Just let me see you put it up. Okay. You know how Google works, right? Don't you? If you go on Google and you search something, isn't it? Good. So think of artificial intelligence this way. All of you, for example, have a picture of Glory to Glory House, which is this church, on your phone. But I have never seen Glory to Glory House before. But if I come here and ask you, who has a picture of Glory to Glory House? And all of you have a picture of Glory to Glory House on your phone. What will you do? You all raise your hands, right? Now, that is what Google does for you. When you go on Google and you search for something, Google will bring out all the links. What do you then do? You check it one by one. So if I ask you, how many of you have pictures of Glory to Glory House? All of you will raise up your hands. Then I'll go to you one by one and start checking. And I'll pick the one I like, isn't it? But now, what artificial intelligence does is that there is something that connects all your phones together. So I don't need to ask you if you have picture of Glory to Glory House. I don't need to ask you what is on your phone. That thing has capacity, connects to all your phones. So when I ask, who has a picture of Glory to Glory House? Or where is Glory to Glory House? Or what is it about? What that thing now does is that it checks all your phones, all your information, and gives me only the information that I need. In other words, AI, as we call it for short, artificial intelligence is simply providing knowledge that is already available from billions of data. That is what it basically does. So you're searching, instead of checking one by one, looking at one link or the other, artificial intelligence will look into the room. That's why there's something we call large language model. I don't want to use complex terms so that I don't confuse people. But what it simply does, or let me call for example, let me explain it this way. Larry, please come. So let's say that I want to create a database of G2G. I now get all of you to sit with Larry, and all of you give all your information to him. So he alone now knows so much about every one of you. Now, when it's time to ask any question about anybody, I don't need to come to you. I don't need to look for you. I don't need to ask any question. I just come to Larry and say, Pam. When I enter sorry. When I enter information into Larry just opens his mouth and starts telling me about all of you or whatever it is that I want to know about you. Why? Because he has been taught something. He has been given an information about every one of you. So I don't need to come to you to ask any question. I'll just come to him alone. And once I come to him, there is nothing I want to know about you that I will not know. Is it clearer now? All right. So it's again like putting a couple of computers together. Or let me also put it this way. If you have a mobile phone, and there is a particular song that is not on your mobile phone, is it possible for that phone to play that song when you don't have internet access? Is it possible? But I will have to put something on the phone for that song to begin to play, right? So what AI does is that it learns from all of you, it learns from every one of us, and simply refines that information that it has learned from every one of us and begins to provide it to anybody who is asking. That's why it's called artificial intelligence. In other words, the intelligence is not natural. The intelligence is that it was trained with knowledge that is available in public space. So that's AI. Now, AI is a combination of things. Like I said, I don't want to use complex terms, so I'll quickly just list it. It's called is a combination of machine learning. Why do we call it machine learning? It's called machine learning because it is trained with information. For example, there's something called humanoid. Do you know what a humanoid is? Like a human robot. When you hear the word humanoid, it's simply a robot that has been designed there's a robot that has been designed right now that will be your assistant. Some people have started buying such robots. You know what they're doing with it? You can tell it to do something for you and it will do it. Anything you tell it to do it with accuracy, with efficiency. Unfortunately, the perversion to it is that some people are using it as sex dolls. Some people have created a female humanoid and something like that only for the purpose of, having something to do with it. That's why we say that's the extreme to AI, and those are things that Christians should not do. Then number 2, large language model. So, for example, how do you think that you are asking a particular mobile app a question and it knows what is happening in France, it knows what is happening in Italy, it knows what is happening in Australia right now, where you are? It's not providing links to you. It's telling you the direct answer. It's because it has been trained. It's because of what we call large language model. Then there's something called natural language processing. We also have computer visions. Of course, your computers have webcams, right? You also know your computers have microphones, right? Let me ask you a question. How many of you have discussed something and next thing you check your phone, images of that thing is popping up on your phone? Do you know how it happens? I'll give you the secret. Number 1, many of you are downloading apps, and as you are downloading mobile apps, they are asking you for permissions to use your microphone, and you allow. They are asking you for permissions to use camera, you allow. They are asking you for permissions to use certain things, you allow. You are downloading an app that is only text-based and is asking for permission to use microphone. Why are you allowing microphone? So that's why you don't know that those apps are monitoring your conversations. So when you say certain things, you have a conversation, you mention certain words, the next thing you go on your phone, they will advertise it to you. Now, let me also put it this way. Brolare, sorry, I need to use it. We said Brolare is our human AI in G2G, right? And he has the information concerning everybody. So he's the one listening to everyone's conversation. So let's say, for example, Sister Emioluar, you just mentioned that, I need to get diapers. Next thing, Brolare just comes to you as you are going out of the door. He just comes to you, we are selling diapers. And you ask, how did you know I needed diapers? The microphone was on. He heard your conversation. He just simply brought to you what you were discussing. You get the message? The other part is that, for example, you notice that you search something online. When you also search something online, next thing you go back to Facebook, you start seeing pictures of it, right? Do you know how it happens? So let's say Bro Lanre again is Google. Me, I've bribed Bro Lanre that take this money. If anybody here mentions the word training, speaker, cake, or anything, once that person mentions it, take my information, send it to them, show them the cakes that I design. In the world of search engine optimization, in the world of digital marketing, we call it retargeting. Everybody say retargeting. It's just like we are targeting you. But how do we get to target you? This is Google. Most of you, your phones are Android devices, right? Most of you have Gmail on your phone, isn't it? You use YouTube, isn't it? Who owns Gmail? Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. Who owns Android? Google. So I've paid Google. Once this person searches diaper, just show all my diaper to her. Once this person types car, just show all my car to her. Once this person, that's why you search for one thing, the next thing, Bro Lanre just comes and then gives you the advert for everything you've been searching. That's how it works. So it's not magic that you search one thing, next thing you start seeing it on all your accounts. Do you understand better now? All right. Am I making sense? Am I confusing you? All right. So, the next one, I have to run quickly. What are the other things to learn about AI? Wow. Number one, AI can learn and make decisions from available options. That's why we have, one of the things about it is machine learning. Its responsibility is to understudy human beings. It's not smarter than any human being. The only reason it appears smarter than us is that it takes knowledge from all of us and presents it to an individual. If you ask AI about the future, AI does not know. If I would tell you I don't know anything about the future, I can only tell you about the past or things that I've been trained with. So that's the limitation. But based on available knowledge, it can give you information. Just like cars, aeroplanes. You know that the recent cars, the most recent cars, maybe from 2015 and all of them come pre-installed with GPS. Are you aware? So you don't have to you see larger screens on those cars. It's because before we were using Google Maps on our phones. Now you don't need Google Map. Your phone, your system, your car stereo will now have Wi-Fi. I grew up in those days when the cars our parents were driving were those cars that once you park your car, the strip on the head, you remove it. And once you remove the strip, why do you remove it? So that they cannot steal the car stereo. But today, is a whole tablet that is in the middle of, in fact, there's a Mercedes-Benz right now. It's not just the center screen. It's not, the entire dashboard is a screen. You are talking to your car. And it's being powered by artificial intelligence. So those are some of the things. Let me just move on. Then, class activities. Students should share their knowledge of AI with the class. Anyone had any funny experience with AI that you want to share? Anyone? Quickly. Please talk. Oh, my time is running out quickly. Anyone? Sorry? Well? Anyone? Any experience with AI? Okay, quickly, somebody at the back. Let's make it quick. Please come quickly. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, it's not an experience, but it was a movie I watched that where you imitate a whole human being exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's called Clone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how possible? Okay, the movie was about an husband that was about dying because he had a very serious disease and does not want the wife and the family to know. So he has to go secretly to go meet a technical person, and they clone him for some hours, I think days. And it happened that the guy was getting closer to his death, and the clone was acting, that's artificial intelligence, was acting like the husband. Till the guy died, the wife didn't know that it was AI.
Okay. Amazing. Now, let me say this. They are only hoping they will get to that level. They are never going to get to that level. Because it will still be powered by batteries. It will still be powered by something. It has to recharge himself. And if you want to destabilize that one, just unplug it. Once you unplug it, you know, So, what are the benefits and caution for AI? Number one, it can quickly aid access to wealth of scriptures. Remember, we're looking at artificial intelligence and Christianity. There are a number of times when, for example, you forgot something, you forgot where a verse of scripture is, or you want an in-depth study, AI can help. It can bring down language barrier. For example, there's a smartphone, for example, Samsung S24 and some other phones. If you want to talk to somebody who doesn't speak English, I can be speaking English on the phone, and the person who is hearing me on the other side is hearing French. Real-time conversation. Not that the person is hearing later. As I'm speaking English, the person is hearing French. And all the phones that are being developed from last year to this year, they are coming with inbuilt AI, not a mobile app. So language barrier is going to be a lot easier. It's going to be removed. You want to speak to somebody who doesn't speak your language. In fact, there are some apps today, you're speaking to somebody who doesn't understand your language. I can tell AI, hello AI, I'm trying to speak to a group of people. They don't speak English. Can you help me translate to them? And then you answer, okay, no problem. Then you say what you want to say. Then it will translate to the language you want the person to hear. So that already exists. Now, it can be used to build online communities. It can also be used to make online worship as real as possible. For example, there's what we call virtual reality. Virtual reality is a higher form of AI. It works with, there's what we call VR headsets. You put it on your head. You put the VR on your head, and as you put it on your head, all of us, if we wear, you can be at home. But despite the fact that all of you are at home, it will show you that you are seated somewhere inside G2G, and we are all having a worship service. There's another one called hologram. You know, our pastor was out of the country for a while. If you wanted to speak to us using hologram, one email. How many of you saw that MTN advert when somebody wanted to get married? You remember the advert? And then the guy didn't know because he's from a village boy. He's a village man from my village. Don't mind me, I'm an Ijebu man. He's like, well, so apologies to Ijebu people. So he went on stage and wanted to hug, not realizing that it was a hologram. So hologram is already here. It exists. That you just see an image, life-size image of somebody talking to you. And the person is far away, maybe in Australia, maybe in somewhere else. So those ones already exist. It brings us together. Unfortunately, another quick disadvantage I must say is there's something now called deepfake, which is exactly what she was talking about, somebody being cloned. Now, when we were doing the review yesterday, I remember sharing that there was a video of the former president in the US, President Obama, and we saw 4 videos put together on the screen, and the person was asking, just to help us understand the importance and the disaster that is likely to happen if we are not careful for deepfakes. There were 4 videos. One of them is the original. 3 others are fakes. But we couldn't tell the difference. It was so real. It was so close to reality. Now, another thing. Do you know that I can get you to say something that you never said using AI? All I need to do is record your voice. When I record your voice, it doesn't matter what you're saying. That's not what I need. When I record your voice, I'll then upload your voice into the AI platform. The AI platform then studies your voice, studies the texture, how you speak, your mannerism and everything. Once it has mastered it, I will then give it a text of what I want you to say. Once I give it a text of what I want you to say, the AI will now read it in your voice. What is the problem with that? If I use it as an evidence against you in court, there will only be 2 people who will know that it is not true. The first person is you, because you know you didn't say it. And then the second person is the person who created it. God help you if you are not able to prove that it is not true. So that's the disadvantage. People can, and of course, Bible clearly tells us, do not bear false witness. So if you use AI as false witness, you are in trouble. And if you have also used AI to falsify a certificate to get a job, I hope I didn't shake a big table. So 1 Corinthians 10:23, the Bible says, all things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. So even though AI is really good, it will help us, and we'll see some of the other things we can do with it. Let's be very careful. Next one, what are the cautions to be exercised? There are risk and privacy issues or privacy issues. So let's be very careful. For example, I'm an author. I put some of my works on AI sometimes just to, do proofreading, just to verify. So if I see you now, you take an article, you saw it somewhere, you just took it exactly as it is. And this is my work. And I check it and it's exactly what I wrote. I can sue you. Which is why when you copy things from AI, don't just take it exactly as it is, copy for copy. Even the parts where they wrote, this was generated by ChatGPT. Some of you will still copy it. Some of you will still, you won't even edit that one out. So let's be smarter. We must understand the limits. Let's not worship it. That's what all these the cautions are talking about. Christians should be wary of some scientists. Some scientists are bent on creating things and using it for the glory of the devil. But God always has a way that we Christians can leverage it for evangelism, for what God is doing in his kingdom. So we must understand the limits. AI should not be used in a way that conflicts with our Christian beliefs. Don't use AI to lie. Don't use AI for false evidence. Don't use AI to implicate other people. Don't use AI to say, we used to see jokes about, I can work under pressure. When the pressure now comes, you don't know what to do. So don't use AI to generate false certificates and things like that. Let me rush quickly. So why do you need AI? Number one, you need AI for continuous learning. You need it for time management. You need it for increased efficiency. You need it for multiplied productivity. You need it for automation. You need it for cost cutting. Move ahead. I've gone past this. Why do you need AI? That's where I am. Please go to why do you need AI. The next slide after that. Then enhanced accuracy. And for example, I told you earlier that I'm an author. For example, this year alone, I've done about 7 new books. How did I get to that level? So one of the things I now do is that instead of sitting down in person and start writing as I used to do, I no longer do that for some of my books. What I just do is sit down, record videos. When I sit down, record videos, each video I record is a chapter of my book. And then record the next video. So if I want to do a book that has 25 chapters, I just record 25 videos. And then upload all my videos to an AI platform called TurboScribe. It transcribes all my videos to text. I already have my books. Then I take the text and then use AI again, maybe Grammarly or Copilot on some of you who know some of those things. So I'll mention a few more just before we close. So today now, I can record 25 videos and in a single day I've written a whole book. If I want to write a book in 3 hours, I just sit down, record videos, carry all the videos, use AI to transcribe. So it saves me a lot of time. We do a lot of video editing with AI today. You imagine how much we used to pay video editors. Today, you don't need all of that. You just put, in fact, I generated one video recently, and all I did was give it a text, describe everything I wanted, and in less than 2 minutes, a video was generated for me. So if you're not careful, people are going to be losing their jobs. So some AI platforms that you should know about. Media, you're not with me. Oh. Some AI platforms you should know about. I've moved really fast, so please help me so that they need to see what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah, the next one. First is Jasper.ai. There's Copy.ai. If you can take a screenshot, they will really help. Jasper.ai, Copy.ai. There's Grammarly. Grammarly helps you with corrections. I have it installed on my WhatsApp, on my system. So as I'm typing, it begins to correct. I don't need to look at what I'm doing because as I'm typing, it's already correcting. There is Otter.ai. Otter is an AI platform that records you when you're speaking at meetings. Whatever meeting it is, Otter.ai will take notes while you're speaking. And at the end of your meeting, it will transcribe the minutes of the meeting for you. TurboScribe. TurboScribe is the one that I use for transcribing my videos into text. So it makes it a lot easier for me to achieve writing and all of that. There is Meta. Of course, Meta AI is the one owned by Facebook. It's on Facebook. It's on WhatsApp. It's on Instagram. You can quickly ask questions even from your AI. Then there is DeepL Translator. I facilitate training in one of the banking schools in Nigeria, one of the very popular new generation banks. And some of our students are from Ghana, South Africa, Benin Republic, DRC, Namibia, Kenya. And one of the challenges we had is that some of them speak Portuguese or Spanish as their official languages. So as I'm speaking in English, they are thinking in French. They are thinking in Spanish, and they can't follow quickly. So we now discovered that we need to help them. So we use this DeepL. If you have a textbook, you can translate your textbook in English language to your language in less than 2 minutes. And I've done it before. Even with Microsoft Office, I translated one of my books into Yoruba language in less than 2 minutes. In fact, 1 minute. So if you read better, if you understand better in another language, or you need to send something to another person in another language, DeepL is a very good one. Copilot, fantastic one. Binge.ai. You use Binge.ai to generate images. Say, I want an image of somebody speaking in front of a 2,000 congregation. Or I want somebody a black guy, tall, 6 feet, dark, wearing African dress, anything you want to generate, just imagine it. Use binge.ai to generate it. Here's another set. Media, the next slide. You can use these ones as well. TurboScribe, I've talked about ChatGPT. ChatGPT, if you send an audio to ChatGPT, or if you record an audio on ChatGPT, I hope some of you know that it can transcribe the audio for you. So it doesn't just do, search and all of that. There's video.ai, as you can see here. It helps with recording, or it helps with translating your voice. It does transcription on your video. Then, of course, CapCut is popular. There's 11labs.io for dubbing. I did something one time. I caught a short video of myself speaking English. I uploaded to this 11 Labs, and by the time you would see it, you will see me and hear me speaking French. But apart from "tu parles français," bonsoir, I don't understand any other thing in French. But this video was me speaking French. My lips, everything. You will not doubt the fact that I was the one speaking French. But I don't understand French. I can't speak French. But today, so it tells you that we can use it for evangelism. We can use it to achieve quite a number of things. My time is running fast. There's real world application. So, the final slide. Please go to the next slide. If there's anything you're looking for and you're not sure which AI is meant for it, go to this website. The name of the website is there'sanaIforthat.com. There'sanaIforthat.com. That's the name of the website. There'sanaIforthat.com. So anything you're looking for, there's a website called There's an AI for That. So you go to that website. We can take questions and answers. Assignment. So we want to test. Please go to that page for assignment. So take out your phone. Please scan the barcode, or you can copy the URL. It's just one question. It's just one question. Take out your phone, scan the barcode. It's just one question that you have to answer, but the one question carries 10 marks. There are 5 correct answers, and there are some wrong answers. So if you answer the questions correctly, you would actually see your score. Immediately you click submit, you will see your score. So we also want to practice what we are preaching by. Please take out your phone, scan the barcode, or copy the link and quickly fill the form. I hope we've been blessed. I hope we've learned something new. Have you learned something new? All right, thank you so much. My time is up. Sir, are we still able to take maybe just one question? Where's my yoga? We can't. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you.